And we're back with more Metal Kombat. We are in round 2, Bout 2, the semifinals. Today we are doing Jiluka versus DEXCORE. So just a quick recap of the rules. Any moment in the video that invokes a reaction will score points. After we get through the reactions, then we'll award bonus points at the end and cover what we just saw and who we believe deserves to go on to the next round. But most of the points are going to be scored by you guys going down to the comment section. There will be 2 comments down below, one for Jiluka, one for DEXCORE. Liking that comment earns a point. The band with the most points moves on to the finals. So it dawned on me what Jiluka reminded me of. They're a lot like Brand of Sacrifice in a lot of ways.
Yeah, I could see that.
They've got a lot of that overproduction. That's like part of their sound. It's very like theatrical.
So there was a commenter on the last video we did, Jiluka, and they mentioned that there's like this whole thing in Japan called visual Kai, K-E-I. Yeah. It seems like it's not really aligned with a specific genre of music, but it's just the image that they portray.
Aesthetic.
Kind of neon and very visual. Reminds me of some like Akira, friggin' Neo Tokyo type shit.
Yeah, a lot of what seems to be like makeup, kind of cross-dressing and stuff like that.
Very exaggerated look. You know, as we're going through all these Japanese like bands and everything, is like the culture they're around their own music. They're very deep in a way. It seems like more so than especially like Americans or Western music. So many people know the backstory and like just so deeply. And
they know the lore and the mythos of like each band.
And it's very cool to see because like you do one of these videos and people just want to tell you the story. And it's like, I don't even need to, you know, Google these bands after doing a video. It's like, I got
it's like a mirror image of ourselves. I could tell you so many facts about Parkway Drive, Architects, all these different bands. You talk to anybody else, they're like, well, I just like the music. It's like, you don't get into it for like that rock star story of it all.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. I mean, that's the part that I love about it. That's kind of going away with metal, especially Western metal, is, you know, the whole like legendary status of it.
Yeah.
In some ways, it's like the aesthetic, the approach that they're taking to the way that they look is they want to seem more like approachable, like a person you could walk up to. But then you had like guys in like the 70s, 80s, like, I mean, Aerosmith. Imagine trying to walk up and talk to Steven Tyler, you know? That dude was a legend. Like he was a character, you know?
Yeah.
It's just like, even though that's not the hardest music in the world, but that dude was so exaggerated and almost a parody of himself. I can see why people had like this thing where like they couldn't even talk to him. They were scared of him. Like he just had this status that only rock stars could achieve. And I like that part. It's like you kind of want to be them, you know? I feel like there should be some of that. But they also got huge egos and, you know, brought 16-year-old girls on tour with them and shit. They kind of took advantage of that power.
Yeah, my fear of approaching Steven Tyler is everybody, myself included, in the immediate vicinity would get fucked. Like instantaneously.
One of the ugliest dudes to get laid of all time.
Thank you guys for returning. I'm really excited about this one. Jiluka's great. DEXCORE is becoming one of my favorite bands now. I've not heard this song, however, but I really like their style, their melodies, and their style of metalcore. Yeah, we're just gonna jump in, man.
We'll start with Jiluka Black.
Sacrifice. Yep. Yep.
That got a point.
Ooh. Those transitions were insane, dude. You get a
Yeah,
point.
those are good. I feel some EDM coming, maybe. Oh, maybe not. Point for the video look, man. It looks sick.
Oh,
Fake out.
oh. Yep.
Yes, that's so dope, dude. Kinda
Yeah, those
tempo
dissonant
changing.
sweeps are the shit, dude.
Yeah. Dude, that fucking tap riff is ridiculous, dude.
One for the riff. I'm gonna award him a bonus point because that whole experience was just a blast, dude. That was fun. The transitions are insane
Yeah.
on this band. The
Agreed.
production is fantastic. And the video aesthetic, everything about that was great, man. That's gonna be a tough one to beat.
Yeah, it like takes on that their like whole aesthetic, and I noticed this from Venom and this, so I'm assuming this is a common theme for them. Is like they have that kind of almost Neo Tokyo cathedral. You know, they have the
Yeah.
stained glass in the back, like they're in a church. There used to be a club in Denver. I can't remember I think it was called the Gothic. That was at an old Catholic church that they converted
No,
into
I know
a
what
Gothic
it wasn't
club.
the Gothic. I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. And it kind of reminds me of something like that, like kind of like a party, but being Gothic at the same time, dark, the whole
Yeah.
thing. I like
Yeah,
the
they
aesthetic.
really check all the boxes, right? Because, yeah, definitely the Neo Tokyo, religious Catholicism with fucking black metal and rave.
Yeah.
That's all the vibe we want here.
I mean, is there another? I guess really you made the allusion to Brand of Sacrifice, and I guess that would be about as close as you get to this. You know, it's
Yeah.
very bland, but it also has that vibe with kind of mixing with a band like Bless the Fall comes to mind too. There's a little small surge in the early 2000s metalcore of kind of like maybe similar to Visual Kai that had that whole thing going, kind of glam rock with metalcore, deathcore.
Come to the States, Jiluka. We want to see you. Without further ado, DEXCORE Self-Hatred. This is going to be sad. Oh, yeah.
Already, like the tone.
Yep.
Like that ambient guitar in the background.
Oh, there we go. Yep. Ooh.
I like that transition. That was cool.
Point for the symphonies in the back.
I already like that.
I'm intrigued. Where's it going? Oh.
Dude.
Yep. 2 points. Oh, man. Yes.
Point for that drum, man. That was dope.
Ah, that was fun, dude.
Ooh, we can get a solo here? Oh, maybe not. Point for song structure that they have here.
Wow, so much feels, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, those highs are great. Aww.
Aww. Okay, we got 30 seconds left. Feels like that's probably the end.
Oh, he's all holding it. Well,
That's
holding it
cool.
on the wrong side, but
Very artistic.
yeah.
Might have flipped.
Oh,
Is there more? Oh, there's just more storyline.
Marvel ending cutscene gets a point. I want to go back and just listen to that whole fucking like groove jet bend part.
right there.
Yep. Listen to these bends, dude.
Yeah, that fucking pause they had right there was cool.
Oh, yeah. All right. Something I've noticed about this band, and this is something that we've talked about just in music in general, is you can take a song that's like okay and really just brighten up the whole thing, make it a great song when you just throw in a section that's just totally unexpected.
When we're comparing Jiluka to this, Jiluka was like constant transitions, bunch of different shit coming at you constantly, changing every 5 to 10 seconds. This was more well thought out of a song in terms of song structure. It wasn't just a bunch of like riff salad. There was a thought process put into that structure. And I really like structured songs like that. That whole run they had from the weird like, you know, trill that the guitarist was doing that came out of nowhere, even felt like maybe even like a key change, and then all of a sudden hit us with that gent freaking breakdown. It wasn't even really a breakdown, it was just a fucking groovy ass riff.
Yeah.
And then like brought us through and then brought us back in and then slowly fade us out to almost an acoustic guitar by the end. They brought us, you know, in this loop where they hit this high part and then they came down the mountain at the end. Definitely in terms of songwriting as a band, this definitely took Jiluka a little bit. I would say in that category. I'd say in terms of just general excitement, all those friggin' dissonant friggin' runs in Jiluka, all the different, you know, mashing of different styles that they had. This is a tough one. They're kind of on even for me. Yeah, they're on par with each other.
Okay, so bonus points to both for just reigniting excitement of like just metal in general.
Yes.
Because these are like, I feel like lately, dude, metalcore in the States has just been fucking garbo, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So it's so nice to hear something like this.
We do have that in the States. I've kind of come to realize that, you know, Connecticut, Hartford specifically, has a huge metalcore like explosion that's happening. I think Boundaries is actually an amazing metalcore band, but they're not that popular right now. It's like Bad Omens.
They'll get there though. Yeah, I think they'll get there. These bands do seem to have a lot of support behind them. As we're learning, there's a huge metal scene in Japan, clearly, of people that love metal, because these bands are that we've never even heard of prior to this getting hundreds of thousands of views on their Spotify or their YouTube videos and shit like that. A lot of bands here just don't get, strangely enough. Like Japan's carved out like their own metal scene to the point it's like, the fuck do we need the States for? We have like our whole thing right here.
And now the Western, you know, metalheads I feel like are catching wind of some of it. I think that uprising of, you know, baby metal specifically kind of made people go, wait, what's over there? You know, what's going on in that area of the world?
Yeah.
That's at least my experience. That's what brought me to go, well, what else is there? Now I'm discovering it's like, man, they have a really good scene. And it makes sense. Like area of the world, Australia had like a really good metal scene and still does. And that area I think has experienced like their own cultural like explosion of metal, and it seems like it was more recently than, you know, the Western world, the UK and United States.
That's a valid point, because I'm terrible at geography, but is Australia like anywhere near?
It's a lot closer than us.
Because I was gonna say, like, compared to coming, if you're in Australia, it probably makes sense to like go toward Japan if it is much closer.
Yeah, I would think so. I mean,
you know what I mean?
Someone's going to wreck us over this because
that's
it
okay.
feels.
Listen, this isn't anything I'm pretending to fucking know fuck all about. So please school me.
Where I came up with that connection is I remember in Parkway Drive's early days, they toured a lot in, Indonesia and
Yeah, they
friggin-
did go to Japan a few times too, to my knowledge.
like all those countries, like I remember them going to countries like Thailand, Cambodia. I think they did a lot of shows in Japan, like just that kind of Pacific corner of the map.
And now that I'm thinking about it, when's the last time you've seen a band like, say, Archspire or Cattle Decap or anybody that you can think of? They're like, we're doing a Japanese tour. I wonder if the cost could outweigh the potential profits of like going that far out to Japan to tour. I know we have a lot of Japanese listeners since we started this Metal Kombat, so enlighten me. What other metal bands do you guys like? Let us know down in the comments. Also, don't forget, 2 comments down below. One for Jiluka, one for DEXCORE. Like that comment, earns it a point, and then we'll move on. I think for me, man, I'm rooting for DEXCORE. I feel like they're the underdog in this whole thing, and they're doing fucking fantastic shit. I love this band. So I'm awarding bonus points to DEXCORE, rooting for them to make it. All right, guys. Next up, after these have concluded, the finals. It'll either be Love Bites or Nemophila versus DEXCORE or Jiluka. And we have a little surprise for y'all that you aren't prepared for. So stick around. That'll be happening soon. Love you guys. Bye.
Hey guys, if you want to see some more of our reactions and discover some new bands, be sure to click the card on the left. If you want to check out our long-form metal podcast, be sure to click the card on the right. And as always, thanks for watching.